I am Vanessa Nixon, traditional naturopath and author of Metamorphosis, Rituals, Spells, and Natural Remedies for Peri, Mid, and Post-Menopausal Women, and also contributing author in this lovely anthology, Love Notes from the Soul, both available on Amazon. And today I'd love to continue our series on plant allies for the menopausal journey. And today I want to talk about ashwagandha. And ashwagandha is one of my favorite adaptogens. We talked previously about holy basil, another adaptogen that I love. And ashwagandha is one of the adaptogens I used most often, not only for myself, but for many of my clients. The botanical name is Withania somnifera. And ashwagandha is an herb that grows in India and Sri Lanka, and it's been used for centuries in the Ayurvedic system of medicine. And so we have a lot of data about ashwagandha. And it is an adaptogen that is a little bit different from many of the other adaptogens in that it is a very calming adaptogen. Many of the other adaptogens that we have, like the ginsengs, are quite stimulating. And so they are really great for an endocrine system that is kind of depressed to stimulate it and get it moving and working and create more energy. And ashwagandha is a very calming adaptogen. So it is really great for people who are overstimulated. And because it is also a nervine, so it helps to regulate the central nervous system. It's perfect for people who are dealing with a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, and that is the root cause of their symptoms. So it could be people who are experiencing insomnia, and the reason they're experiencing insomnia is because it is induced by stress. So stress-induced insomnia, anxiety, nervous exhaustion, chronic fatigue also is something that has been studied for the use of ashwagandha. And so as an adaptogen, again, it's calming, but also as adaptogens do, they help the body adapt to stress through the HPA axis of the endocrine system. Ashwagandha as an adaptogen is specifically helpful to regulate the thyroid and adrenal glands. And this is another thing that's a little unusual about ashwagandha, because there are a few herbs that have a direct effect on the thyroid. And ashwagandha has been shown in studies to be able to stimulate the thyroid. So if you are somebody that is dealing with hypothyroidism, this might be an option for you. And I would suggest that you work with someone who is knowledgeable about it if you want to add this into your protocol. So this is a really interesting thing about ashwagandha is it's very calming and it stimulates the thyroid. And so in this way, it can help create balance in the hormonal system. And also it is an immunomodulator. And we talked about this a little bit when we were talking about holy basil also. So it is not something that either stimulates or calms down the immune system. It is an herb that kind of knows how to balance it out. So if your nervous system is too stimulated, it can calm it down a little bit. And if it's too depressed, it can bring it up. So it has that innate wisdom, that innate plant wisdom to know what's going on for you and help to create balance. And it has been used for a very long time for autoimmune conditions because of this unique action that it has. And it is also rich in iron. So one of the things that it is useful for is iron deficient anemia and all of the symptoms that can come from that. So lots and lots of really wonderful ways to use ashwagandha as an adaptogen, as a nervine, as an immunomodulator, as a nutrient-dense supplement to boost your iron levels. And there are a couple of things that I want to mention that might be contraindications, meaning that it would indicate that this is not the best herb for you. And that is that if you are sensitive to plants in the nightshade family, you probably want to avoid ashwagandha because it is part of the nightshade family. And also because of the ability for ashwagandha to stimulate the thyroid, if you have hyperthyroidism, then this would not be the plant for you. If you have hypothyroidism and you have a depressed thyroid, then yes, ashwagandha might be a great choice, but not if you have an overly stimulated thyroid, as in hyperthyroidism. So I would love to know, have you used ashwagandha? And if you have, what have been your experiences with it? I would love for you to share in the comments. And if you have any questions about it, please let me know below. And I really appreciate your likes and your shares. And so thank you so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already, so that you get notification when I share new information about herbs and menopause. And until next time, have a wonderful week.